Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Gretchen from Gretchen's Vegan Bakery. We are right smack in the middle of Girl Scout season. And if you are like me, you had your fingers crossed that one of the cookies on the vegan list this year would be the Samoa, also known as Caramel Delight if you are a weirdo, but nonetheless, these are my all-time favorite Girl Scout cookies. Well, boo, Girl Scouts did not make the Samoa vegan, so naturally I had to go ahead and make my own. This is a copycat recipe if there ever was one. Perfect, crisp shortbreads, amazing caramel toasted coconut topping, and chocolate drizzle. Oh yeah! So let's get right to the recipe for the shortbread cookie. You will need flour, baking soda and salt, vegan butter, confectioner's sugar, and vanilla extract. Get all the dry ingredients into your mixer bowl and just blend it on low to combine. The vegan butter is cold and I have it chopped up into tablespoon-sized pieces, and then just keep blending it until it all comes together, and it's going to take a little while, but it eventually will. Then add the vanilla extract and then whip it on high for just a couple seconds to get it all together, and then turn it out onto a lightly floured surface. I am actually rolling mine on a silicone mat because this is a very sticky, soft dough, and I didn't want to deal with it sticking all over the table. Even with the addition of flour, I just didn't want to have to add like a ton of flour. So the silicone mat definitely helped in rolling. And at first I rolled it a little bit too thin, so as you see, I'm just kind of squishing it back to a little bit of a fatter dough. Just be sure to roll it to 8 inches by 11 inches, and that is going to give you the best thickness, and that's about a 1/4 inch thick per cookie. I am using a 2-inch diameter cookie cutter, and then the inside hole is 3/4 inch. Re-roll all the scraps, and you will get about 30 cookies out of this entire recipe. Transfer them to a non-stick sheet pan or a parchment-lined pan and cut out the center holes. Bake them in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 15 minutes to golden brown, and meanwhile you can make the caramel. Actually, that's a lie. You're really going to need to make the caramel recipe in advance, and I do recommend that you make it the night before. I am going to link in the written blog post where you'll get these recipes. I have a step-by-step video for the caramel that I used, and I will say that all the recipes that I have seen for these copycat cookies are using store-bought soft caramels. You know, the kind that you use for dipping apples, where you just unwrap the candies, melt them, and you're good to go. Now, I actually considered buying some vegan ones to make these cookies since, yay, they do make vegan ones now, but I just could not bring myself to spend close to $20 for such a small amount, and why I made my own caramel. Now, believe me, this recipe is amazing, but if you're not willing to go through the process of making it, getting it to perfect consistency, cooling it overnight, you may want to spring for the store-bought ones. It will make your life easier for these cookies, believe me. So you can see that my recipe is really thick and perfect, and once you add it to the coconut, it gets even thicker, and it's just perfect consistency for topping those shortbreads. So yeah, just leave that aside for a minute, and you're also going to need some tempered chocolate to dip the cookies, and also for the drizzle that goes on top later. If you don't know how to temper chocolate, I do have a blog post and a video that explains how to do that. All links will be in the blog post as usual, or you can of course use a non-tempering coating, and I buy a really good brand from Amazon. It's King David, so you could just grab that one. So dip the bottoms of the cookie into the chocolate and let them set completely. Now for the fun part, getting that caramel topping onto the cookies. Alright, this is where it gets interesting. I used a pastry bag as my most successful attempt after trying to roll the caramel and cut out same size discs as the cookies, but that was just a sticky disaster. I then tried to pat out balls of the coconut caramel to place on top of the cookies. No, just way too sticky, like a total mess. Now, I have seen others just glob on chunks of the topping onto the cookie, which is fine too, so really just pick your best method. I think because of the lights from my camera though, and my kitchen was pretty warm, the topping started to do exactly what caramel does. It got soft and it ran. So I quickly had to transfer them to the refrigerator to set them up, and the caramel really does set quickly in a cooler environment, so the fridge worked perfectly. And then you can get to the chocolate drizzle on top. Now, the good thing is, once the caramel is set completely, they can be kept at room temperature for days. No need to store them in the fridge. They don't start running all over the place. Like, they're totally fine at room temperature. So there you go, guys. A pretty perfect rendition of the Girl Scout Samoa cookies, if I do say so myself. And they are 100% vegan. Woohoo! Take that, Girl Scouts. We don't need your stinking cookies. Check out that perfect shortbread cookie inside. Gooey coconut caramel topping and the perfect amount of chocolate. So I now have 3 Girl Scout cookie knockoff recipes for you to try. I've already showed you guys my peanut butter patties. Here is the Samoa, and in a few days I'll have Thin Mints ready to go. Alright everyone, I hope you will go try the recipes. Just head over to gretchensveganbakery.com. And thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and definitely comment below. I actually have been having a hard time replying to your comments here on YouTube though, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But I'm not ignoring you. I really do want to reply, and I have been trying. They're just not sticking. So anyway, okay, that's it for me today. Until next time, happy vegan baking. Bye for now.